Hi and welcome to Dave Barlow Guitar, and you already know what this video is about because it says it in the title. So without further ado, let's have a look, see what we got.
Roll up, my friends. The shoulder won't start before it ends.
The story is, right, is that my customer has got a Flying V just like this one, except it's white. And when he got it, it came with a mirror scratch plate on it. And I'll undo this, I'm telling you. And because of the size of the scratch plate, I cannot buy, I've got to be really careful with this as well, I cannot buy a scratch plate the right size. Well, let me get this right. I can't buy a scratch plate to the size and dimensions that I want from a guitar scratch plate supply. That's the only way I can explain it. And I spoke to some people in the UK, which are kind of well known for making custom scratch plates. Now, I can make a scratch plate here. I can do it myself. It's no problem at all. And we've made a few here. But this one is a mirror finish, and I've not worked with a mirror. I haven't got the tools to cut a mirror finish scratch plate. So I had to find. So first, what I had to do. So first of all, I found a supplier that supplies this scratch plate material. So I did that first, because obviously the companies that supply guitar scratch plate material didn't do it in the size that I wanted. It wasn't big enough. And obviously also it's a Flying V. It's just so much bigger. I mean, some V's it's big enough for, but this particular one it isn't, just because of the design of the scratch plate. So I went to a company that basically just supplies this kind of material. They don't supply scratch plate material. It's just the same kind of acrylic material. So I went to them and I said, well, do you do it in specific sizes? They said, you can have any size you want, Dave. This is how much it costs. And I go, well, that's interesting, because that's cheaper than what the scratch plate people are selling me it for. So I thought, that's good. So I went back to another company which makes the scratch plates. It's the only company I know that's got the machine that cuts it out and does all the nice little tidying up and all that kind of stuff. I mean, there must be loads of people out there with it. Yeah. And so anyway, they said yeah, we'll cut it for you, but we're going to charge you 60 quid for it. And I thought, yeah, it's like daylight robbery. But the thing is, we had to get the job done. We had to get the job done, and it looks to me like they've done the job. Oh, it costs, I got the receipt here, it costs £55.50 just to get this thing cut. So let's have a look at this. I don't know how much of this video I'm going to do on this guitar yet, but I wanted to share this with you anyway. That's the original scratch plate, and there is the mirror finish scratch plate. It's got a protective covering on it, so all these cuts and stuff I can see. I'm hoping they're on the plastic film. But yeah, it looks like they've done a good job. So yeah, this is turning out. I knew it was going to be expensive, and it is really quite expensive job to do. But yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. They've done a good job, and they've beveled the edges. You just got to have the right kind of machinery. You know, when you're doing like 3-ply stuff, you can just cut it, and you can do it all by hand, and it looks great. But when you're doing this kind of finish, when you're doing a mirror finish, I will take the protective cover on it when I've finished doing the guitar, okay, and I'll show you it again. But yeah, I thought I'd share that with you. I thought that's pretty cool. Costs a bloody fortune. So the acrylic sheet, I got from these guys. Acrylic sheet cut to size. They are called acrylic sheet cut to size. And it cost me, for the sheet, £19.62. That is one mirrored acrylic sheet, 3mm, length 300 by 400, which you can't buy. You can't buy 300 by 400 piece of mirrored acrylic sheet in this country. It's impossible to buy it from you know, the usual places that you buy it from. You have to buy it from an acrylic sheet manufacturer or supplier. Yeah, so yeah, that's that. And the people that did the cutting for me was Sim Spray Shop Limited, and that cost me £55.50. So 70 quid, over £70 for this scratch plate. Most expensive scratch plate I've ever done. I don't know if you see, but look at the quality of that finish, the way they've cut that. That is quality. Yeah, look at the state of my workbench. Yeah, you know, when you're doing a project like this, it's just, you just want to get it. You know, you just want to crack on and not stop. And it's just so much stuff, like so much packaging. But anyway, so yeah, so here's a closer look. So raw nickel. They got that kind of, like, I love raw nickel because they got that kind of aged look about them, which I love. So yeah, what did I do to this guitar? Well, I kind of polished the, hang on, what's happened there? Oh, there you go, sorry. I polished the frets and cleaned the fingerboard up, you know, all the usual stuff. Put some new pickups in, rewired the pots. I actually replaced a couple of wires in there, actually. And I cleaned up the input jack, and I cleaned up the switch because the switch wasn't connecting very well. Yeah, did the intonation, set the adjustment, height, neck, you know, all the usual stuff. It's got a really low action. This guitar, you can get really low. But there you go. So if you like what I just did there, like the video because that's good for algorithms. Subscribe if you've not already subscribed, and catch you later.